All right, this is Deborah Farr, Caldwell Banker Premier Group on Tuesday, March 24th, 2026 at 216 East Walton in Warrenton, Missouri. Gonna start with the outside. Does not appear, other than the roof shingles being removed, that anything has been done with the porch. There were some railings that came down here, decorative. Those have been removed. Outside, there's no new roofing above the windows right here. It's black tar paper. It does look like the new roof was finished on the house, but again, not on the porch, not on top of the window there where the windows are. This does have a new window in it from the last time I was here. Other window. Peace. Also a new window. Here's what's going on with this one. I don't know if you can see that gap up there, but that doesn't look good. Could just be on the outside. Here's the look from the right side of the house. There are all new windows on this side. This goes into the basement. That has still not been addressed. I don't know what you guys have planned for that. The only thing I see is this piece of wood he stuck over it. Piece of wood that he put there. Outside trim is coming off. Looks like there is a 1x or 2x behind that. Let's move on to the next one. That's interesting. Looks like he's got, well, there's plywood in there. I don't know if he's got it. He must just have it leaning up against the wall on the inside. There's a crack here I can see all the way through to the inside. It's not even sealed up. Between those boards and the window. If you guys can see that in the video. Oh, in the video right in there. Shim. Let's move on to this one. There is a gap that goes all the way inside the house here. Right there. Here's the basement window. I don't know what's going on with this board. I guess they're using it to prop it up. That's just dirt. There's the other basement window. Yeah, that one's no bueno. That's gonna need some concrete or something there. Again, not a contractor, but it's my observation. There's the upper window from the outside. I believe that's the window that goes into the, that might be the one that's in the stairwell going upstairs. Weird. I can see the exterior window, but there's still an old window on the inside. I'm not sure what that's all about. I'll have to figure it out when I get inside and show you guys. Here's this other window. Let me get up there to zoom in. I'm not tall enough. Okay, I'm heading around the back now. I believe this is the same old door. That little window there was not replaced. So that door, I believe, goes into the basement. think this one goes into the laundry room. Here's a look at the roof from back here. The upper window for sure has not been replaced. Alright, heading back around. So we'll be on to the right side of the house. That upper window has not been replaced. The roof from this side. This window. This window is literally sticking out from where this wood's at. You guys can see that. It's like it's not seated in there all the way to this huge gap. Let's see inside. This window was replaced too. Well, I hate to say it, but this one looks like the best one. Maybe it's actually finished compared to the other ones. Still, there's a gap there. And a big gap up there. Okay, that's all the exterior windows. Oh, one more. Okay, here's a closer look at the porch. There are 2 windows here. The upper window here was not replaced. This is at the front door, front storm door. Here's the other window at the porch. Looks like they might have been trying to finish this one off somehow. Well, I can't get in the front door because they have it boarded up. They got it boarded up. Let me go try one of the other ones. The front door itself is off. All right, I'm inside. The front door that leads in from the laundry room was unlocked. So here we are inside. This is the entry living room. Looking from the outside, I can see light through that window. I don't know if you guys can see it in this video or not. There's light there. This is what the windows from the inside look like. So this is the entryway again. This is what would be considered the formal living room area. Last time I was here, all this flooring was gone. So they have put the flooring back in it. I don't know what, they might just have this piece of dry wood sitting there. I'm not sure what's going on with that. That was one of the windows that lead in from the porch. Seeing a lot of light though. Seeing a lot of light through there too. I don't know if you guys are seeing it in the video or not. This is that one window. It's like, I think they just had this piece of plywood propped up against it, I guess. It's not attached. Again, this floor was all rotted out in here originally, so they did replace this flooring. You can see where they replaced some of the drywall. Here, look at the ceiling in here. Looks like they have replaced some of the drywall on the ceiling. They replaced the drywall on the ceiling in this entry room. Again, this window at the front door was not replaced. This is bedroom number 1. Doesn't really look like anything's been done in here yet, other than this window that I showed you from the outside. A lot of light coming through there. And again, the ceiling. That leads into a bathroom. I'll have to go back around. Okay, again from the entryway, I'm heading into what is the kitchen area. None of this has changed. There was built-ins here, if I recall, and those have been removed. Oh, I think they put in a new thermostat, because I don't recall seeing that. All the kitchen cabinets, the last time I was here, they had ripped them out and they're still gone. At least they got rid of the old stove that was in here. Here's the window. See a light. Again, not a contractor. Don't know if any of this is normal or not, but I'm seeing a lot of light. It goes all the way outside. This is the laundry room where I came in. They have replaced some of the drywall ceiling in here. is, ooh, yucky. I believe the original door. Here's this bathroom number 1, lower level. Last time I was here, the sink, the toilet, the old tub and everything was still in here, so they have ripped all that out. Ceiling. What's left of the shower? Again, toilet and sink was here. Okay, from the kitchen area, I'm going to go ahead and head upstairs. So, this first window, just as I suspected when I was outside, the exterior window's out, but this old window that was originally there is still there with the broken glass. So I don't know what there is to say about that. But the new exterior window is on. Look up the steps. Okay, upstairs, bedroom number 2. There wasn't a whole lot that had to be done in here. This window has not been replaced. My opinion, if you're replacing them all, might as well get rid of this old one too, but your money, guys. Mark's money. The window in this room also has not been replaced. You can definitely clearly see light coming through that. Unless it just isn't. It's not shut all the way, but there we go. There's no latch. It does shut though. So like I said, there wasn't really much that had to be done in here, and nothing has been done in here. Other than cosmetics, whatever that hole is. Maybe replace this door. Here's the ceiling in the landing area upstairs. None of this is, I haven't done anything with this. All right, here's bathroom number 2. The old tub and stuff like that's out of here. The ceiling's completely opened up. It has been since the first time I've been in here. Yeah, still a whole complete remodel in here. Needed. Moving on to bedroom number 3. Here's the window. This is the old original window. This window is definitely broke. You can see the bottom part of this window is not even attached to the glass for the upper half of the window. So there's a big gap here. You can see outside. Glass here. So this window definitely has to be replaced. All right, this is bedroom number 3. Other than cosmetics, there wasn't a lot that needed to be done in here. This old window has not been replaced. I haven't tried to open it or close it, but there's no lock either on it. We do have occupancy permits required here. And that window would not pass occupancy, I don't think. Especially without a lock on it. I don't know if I got a good view of the floor or not in here. This was the flooring in that second room. Sorry, I don't know if I got a good view of that or not. I'm gonna get in the landing area. All right, I'm gonna head down to the basement now. This is the last window in the kitchen area here. I don't think I showed you from the inside. A lot of light up there too, in that area. All right, basement. Last time I was here, they were working on a bunch of concrete. They were basically putting concrete on the wall down here in the basement. So you can see some of their handiwork all along the cracks here. The very first time I came in here, the basement was wet. And I honestly thought it was just a whole dirt floor basement. You can see there is still moisture here. It's been several days since it's rained. But it's still damp, moist in here. Here's the handiwork of the windows in the basement. Electrical panel. Window. So, like I mentioned, they had added a bunch of concrete in the cracks of this. It's not really brick. I don't know what you call this kind of stone or brick or big bricks or blocks or whatever. They added all this concrete all along in the basement. That's what they were doing when I was here. They looks like they've painted over it in this room from where they added it. But again, it's still leaking in here. I don't know what's going on there. Besides a pile of stuff, but that, if you took that stuff out of that corner, there might be a big hole there. I don't know. Looks like a former washer hookup. Look at all this mud. Oh, if you can hear that, she wet. And it's really wet in here. This is a no bueno, fellas. Oh. Look at the water. You can see the water in here. That's where we're at on that. It's full of water down here. My personal opinion, again, not coming to you as a contractor. You're going to have to get someone to do some kind of foundation work to fix whatever's leaking. This will not pass occupancy permit. There's a company here called Woods Basement Systems. Highly rated. You might want to have someone... Put it this way, guys. This is not a rent to own. People around here, if they're going to rent to own, it's going to be... you know, maybe you rent to own, you're able to move in and might have some kind of minor cosmetic stuff that has to be done to it, but you can still live in it. People around here in this town don't have high income levels. So someone that's in a rent to own, like I know two people specifically, two clients that would love a rent to own. As long as they could live in it and fix her upper at the same time. You know, maybe paint some kitchen cabinets, do some painting or something like that. This has, again, looks like they did, it's hard to see in here because I didn't bring my flashlight. I apologize, but I'm still seeing gaps that go... Well, that goes into the living room. There was a huge gap here that went outside. So that part's good, but over here still, I mean, it could just be raining straight in here too. But that wouldn't be the excuse for the water on the other side of the basement. Right now I'm underneath the living room. So when I was up there, they did replace all this flooring. But it's still, this is with what you can see with that light that they left on. It's still just mud in here. You can see some concrete floor underneath, but that's all water there. Huge crack right there. And they have painted over all this concrete that they were adding concrete patches to. I'm not exactly sure what that's for. So yeah, this is This is what you got going on in the basement. I just wanted to show you this pretty big crack. This is coming up the steps from the basement. Again, back upstairs, kitchen area. This is the side of the house that had that freestanding water down the basement. Doing a walk around again. This is the front part. Underneath there's the living room again. So when I was in the basement, I don't know if there's cracks here. I know this video is supposed to be about what your contractor did and confirmation of that. But since I'm here already and I know you're going to have to address the leak in the basement, thought I'd show you what I could. I mean, this is a very obvious water getting in there. Probably water coming in from here. All right, again, this is Deborah Farr, Caldwell Banker Premier Group. It's March 24th, 2026, and I'm at 216 East Walton Street. Let me know if you have any questions, guys. Thanks, bye.